Hello everybody, how are you all doing? Welcome back to City Unplugged, your very own Man City fan channel. Sorry we are a bit late, a minute late, but Erling Haaland is on to the ball here. Erling Haaland is on to something. He has to pass it, he has to pass it, he has to pass it. He has to pass it to Josko Guardiola. And that's a penalty. That's a penalty. That's a penalty. That has to be a penalty. That has to be a penalty. Uh, what is the referee said there? I don't know, but I think the VR checks complete, but the derby has started in a very feisty manner, to be honest. This is a very feisty derby. Uh, it's interesting. Both the teams are actually going for it. He's dropped Casemiro. I mean, that's interesting because I thought the experience of Casemiro will be very useful for Ten Hag, but is is decided not to go with Casemiro there, and is instead gone with the pace of Garnacho and Rashford on the wings. So that is very interesting for me. Bernardo Silva, Kyle Walker, Rodri. I'm very excited to see how well the left hand side of our play develops, especially with Josko Guardiola and his excellent line breaking passes. John Stones. There are a lot of people in a back line. Stones can break the lines with his passes. Guardiola can break the lines with his passes. At least two players who are some of the best in the world in terms of breaking the line with their passes. So it'll be interesting to see how much United will try and press people like Stones and Guardiola. Gautam is here. He says, hey citizens. Hey Gautam, how are you doing? Honestly, much more relaxed, Gautam. Much more relaxed than last weekend. Last weekend, last Sunday, it was just so tense against West Ham. My God, that half time against West Ham is still giving me nightmares. Mateo Kovacic. I genuinely thought Jeremy Doku will start today and Pep will have a go at the United back line. But I think it was sort of poker between Pep and Ten Hag that Pep would have played Doku if Pep would have thought Ten Hag would not play Rashford. But since he's played both Rashford and Garnacho, it's almost like Pep had to play Kovacic. It's almost like poker and Pep has got it right. By the way, Gautam, what are your views on Lucas Paqueta? Gautam, what are your views on Lucas Paqueta transfer now seems to be well off. He might, if the charges are true and stuff, he might get at least a 10-year ban, if not more. So I think whatever happens, we are we whatever happens, we very well will not go ahead with Lucas Paqueta transfer. It seems. What would be your next alternative, Gautam? I mean, the scenario here is if Bernardo Silva leaves and Lucas Paqueta transfer is also off, then what will be your okay? Lucas Paqueta transfer is off. Bernardo Silva is leaving. Then who will be your alternative? Because honestly, I'm not able to think of any other player who's capable of replacing Bernardo Silva. Could you give any names or any player that you think is capable of replacing Bernardo? He has to switch. Walker had to switch to Guardiola there. United are purely playing on the break here. And City are not giving United the ball. This is this is just vintage football within two contrasting styles, I would say. One does not want the ball, one wants the ball at any cost. So both the sides are happy with whatever they're doing now. Because I actually thought Xavi Simons is someone who is, if not Paqueta, then Xavi Simons is someone who's closer in profile to Bernardo Silva. But Xavi Simons seems to be going on loan to Barcelona or something. So I don't know. Right now, at least, maybe we have our scouts or people have someone on their radar, but so we'll have to see if any new name pops up. Kadam says, well, City are in talks with Bruno Guimaraes and Danny Olmo currently. I think Bruno Guimaraes is someone I think we would have got irrespective of us getting Lucas Paqueta, I think, for example, or that profile of a player because we need to get someone to give Rodri rest, right? Rodri just can't go on playing like that. So I actually think Bruno Guimaraes could do the Kovacic role. I mean, do the Gundogan role. I would say not the Kovacic role, the Gundogan role, which is box to box, and then he could cover up for Rodri. So Bruno Guimaraes would give you this thing into one or two cover in one or two positions. Kyle Walker against Marcus Rashford. Look at that. This is excellent defending from Kyle Walker. Marcus Rashford is on his floor. What a piece of wonderful defending from Kyle Walker. He's put Marcus Rashford on the bloody floor. He sent him back to the Manchester United Academy. That is what Kyle Walker has done with Marcus Rashford here. He's put him down on his ass. Wow, this is just vintage Kyle Walker. Well, our players are very sober. Yeah, Danny Olmo is a very interesting name, Gautam. Danny Olmo, I think you're right. He is very close in profile to Bernardo Silva. His work rate, talent, everything. That is a good take from Stefan Ortega. But with Danny Olmo, the problem is injuries. I think Danny almost suffered. I think one or two injuries last season. Is generally his fitness is under question. I mean, I understand Haaland's fitness also was under question before Haaland came to City, but fitness is one question mark for Danny Olmo. The comments of Hansi Flick are interesting. The Barcelona manager, it seems that Hansi Flick is the next Barcelona manager, and his comments are interesting with the fact that this is excellent. This is an excellent ball from De Bruyne. Ah, look at the work rate of Bernardo Silva there. This is vintage Kevin De Bruyne. Give and go. The ball's gone out there for Phil Foden. Sansi Flick has told that Danny Olmo is like in his top five list of players that he would want to sign if he becomes Barca coach. Good work by Foden there. He's just covered it up. But that chase previously between Walker and Rashford was just superb. It just brought vintage Kyle Walker into question. Stefan Ortega catches the ball, and Gotham says City have not won against United in three back-to-back matches since 1970. And Gotham Rotary has not lost since the last 70 matches or something like that. That 70 figure is like very interesting. It's again Rotary's record versus something. Rotary streak is on the line. Whenever Rotary streak is on the line, it's dangerous for the opponents. I mean, it's essential that it's essential that we get Bruno Guimaraes because even Arsenal are trying for Bruno Guimaraes, but Thomas Partey is leaving for them. So Fabrizio Romano confirmed it today, I think. So I think they will try to get Bruno Guimaraes at all costs. Now we cannot afford to give them a midfield of Bruno Guimaraes, Declan Rice, and Odegaard. That will just be something too. That will just be too much. Just I do not think we can afford to give them that midfield. So I think we need to get Bruno Guimaraes. Where Bruno Guimaraes goes could essentially have a bearing on the title race next season. This is excellent from Josko Guardiola. Kevin De Bruyne. Ah, United players are just not able to lay a glove on the ball. Gotham says Madrid are interested in Rodri to replace Cruz. They are not. They're never getting Rodri. Gotham. They are never getting Rodri. They're never getting Rodri. Gotham. It's not at all possible. We have groomed him. He's one of our five captains. He's out and out City. They're never getting him. And also he's played for Atletico Madrid. I mean, it's just the Spanish media starting their bullshit again, just to start mounting pressure. Even I've heard that Rodri to replace Cruz. I mean, if for example, if Rodri goes to Madrid, what is there for other teams to play in football, right? Madrid will be winning La Liga and Champions League every season. Then you have Mbappe, Vinicius Junior, Rodrigo, and then you have Bellingham, Rodri, my God, and Camavinga. Take them, tell them to take Guardiola as well. Why need other teams to play football? I just have this feeling, guys, that Bernardo Silva might not be leaving City. I just have a feeling that Bernardo Silva might not be leaving City this summer. I don't know why, but it's just say 7 cents or something. I just have this that Bernardo Silva might not be leaving City this summer. I don't know. I know there's a release clause, this PSG looming, but I don't know. And the links with it's a free kick by Kevin De Bruyne, and the links with Pedro Neto was something I've never understood in the transfer market. The last week after we won our title, the links with Pedro Neto have just intensified. But then we have signed Savinho already, who's exactly the same player like Pedro Neto. Nathan Ake, I thought Nathan Ake would get to the ball, but he didn't. Gotham says go for Florian Wirtz. But that would be difficult bringing. I mean, not the transfer in itself, but the places in the team, because we have Phil Foden and this Claudio Echeverri also who we have signed, and then once Florian Wirtz comes in, then I don't know how do you play, and Oscar Bob probably right wing in the middle. I don't know. I mean, there's too much competition in there for places in the middle. It took Foden how many ever years to get a place in the middle. Bernardo Silva just couldn't get the ball across to Haaland. Kyle Walker gets the ball back. I think there's no place in the middle, to be honest. And I think Claudio Echeverri is a player who's similar in style to Florian Wirtz, and he has got more dribbling as well. And and then how do you start Julian Alvarez as well regularly? That will become a mess, I think, if we sign Florian Wirtz. Josko Guardiola just couldn't get there. 7 minutes City have had United on the ropes. Sorry, 17 minutes City have had United on the ropes. 17 minutes City have just, whitewashed United. But we need to get the goal. The thing that matters the most is, performance is important, but scoreline. Ake, Stones, Walker, Guardiola, everyone's fast. No one is a slouch. Probably Stones is the slowest of them all, but everyone's fast. I maybe thought he would play Akenji today. Akenji and Ake for this kind of a game. Because Akenji has very good pace, but the thing is we need to reinforce well in this window. Last window was shit for us. And look at what happened in the title race. We got away with it, to be honest. By the way, guys, what about Matthews Nunez? What do you think about Matthews Nunez? And where will he fit in next season? Rodri does very well there. Mateo Kovacic. Mateo Kovacic, John Stones, Bernardo Silva, Kovacic again, Nathan Ake. Gautam is really surprised with company to Bayern. It seems Gautam, out of the four members of Bayern's board, uh, Uli Hoeneß, and there are three, four members in the Bayern board. They had a meeting, and three of them wanted Hansi Flick to come back, and there was someone called as Earl there. I don't know his full name. Earl was his name, and he wanted Vincent Kompany. It seems that he saw something in Vincent Kompany, and he somehow managed to convince the other three. So they wanted Hansi Flick, but that one guy in the board, he somehow managed to convince them that there is something in Vincent Kompany, and this is excellent from Kyle Walker again. The United players are trying to press Ortega, but even Ortega is unpressable, and now they're trying to press bloody Bernardo Silva. They know that. I don't think they studied their. I don't think they studied their pre-match routines well. And Erling Haaland is now through, and that's a foul on Erling Haaland. That's a yellow card. That has to be a yellow card. The ref is not gonna give the bloody yellow card. So company to Bayern is interesting, and also the comments Pep made. Bruno Fernandes was asking for a penalty when both of them touched the ball at the same time. I think Kovacic got there first. Bloody Bruno Fernandes. He's injured for the league games and now he's fit since it's an FA Cup final. Kadam says, well, Pep believes in him. Exactly. I think Pep in the interview, the comments were very interesting. He was saying that he sees Company at City in the future. I mean, and the news is also that City board want to extend Pep's contract by one more year until 2026 at least, and they'll actually have talks regarding that in October or something. So I mean, it could be well beyond one more year. I think maybe when Company completes those 2 3 years at Bayern Munich and he gains that experience, I think that is when Pep Guardiola might leave City somewhere around 2028, 29 sort of the time, and then it could be Vincent Company coming back to City. He would be having gained all of that experience at Bayern, which is a perfect succession plan for me. That is excellent defending by Nathan Ake there. Nathan Ake is world class. He's a world class defender. Just look at how he's gone into that duel. That is just superb from Nathan Ake. And also, I think Ten Hag could be sacked. Maybe not today, maybe not in the tunnel, but I think he will be sacked in the coming days, not even weeks. The manager merry-go-round is so interesting. Maybe possibly Kieran McKenna might come. No. Jasko Guardiola. Jasko Guardiola does extremely well to recycle the ball. Rodri switches it to Bernardo Silva. Rodri, Kovacic. We are recycling the ball well here. Mateo Kovacic, Phil Foden. Foden joining in the build up much more. I think Haaland is showing there up there for the build up bit more. Is Kevin De Bruyne actually not Haaland? Bernardo Silva. I think City need to try and start putting in crosses. Ha! No one was bloody there for the cutback. What a chance that was, to be honest. Rodri, Mateo Kovacic, Gautam says, well, if Pep goes, we can try for Arteta. He also has a contract till 2025. He's well versed with the team and management. I do not think he can try, but I do not think Arteta will actually come, Gautam, because when everyone was, telling Arsenal to sack Arteta, if you remember in his first two seasons, where in his second season where he lost the first six matches and Arsenal were in the bottom before the first international break and stuff, everyone was trying to sack Arteta, but the board backed him. I think for that reason, and the board are giving him everything he wants. They're in the Champions League. It's two seasons now that they're competing. Board has given him everything, like spending 70 million on Harvards. I don't think any other board would have allowed to do that. So actually I think City need to try long shots. I don't know why we are not trying long shots. They're not giving space for Phil Foden. Ortega's starting position was very good, to be honest. So I do not think. I mean, quite a few people have said about Arteta, but I do not think Arteta will come for that reason. He's out and out Arsenal. Mikel Arteta has played for the club as well. So and also Pep has told that whenever City used to score a goal against Arsenal, Arteta would not celebrate. I think if you look at all of those things, I think Arteta will not come from Arsenal. I think Arteta might very well have an Alex Ferguson type of longevity at Arsenal, to be honest. So I think Arteta is out of question. Xabi Alonso for me is the replacement of no is the replacement of Carlo Ancelotti at Madrid. I think there are two people right now who are actually being groomed for the City job. One is Michel of Girona, and his football is amazing as well, and Vincent Kompany of City. I think Michel of Girona is being particularly groomed in the City group for that. Van Bissaka doing extremely well over there. Michel and Company, and also Enzo Marseca of Leicester. City's under 23's coach. For the previous cutback, I think Josko Guardiola needed to get into the box and gamble. Just don't understand why he didn't understand why he didn't gamble there. Gautam says Deserby going to Chelsea. And that's a mistake by Stefan Ortega and United score. Alejandro Garnacho scores. That's a mistake by Stefan Ortega. That's a mistake by Stefan Ortega. And Manchester United score. That is a mistake by Stefan Ortega over there. United score. I don't know what Phil Foden is telling to the referee. Garnacho was onside, I think. I think that was just a miscommunication between Guardiola and Ortega, to be honest. City are a goal behind. Kyle Walker. Haaland was almost through. Stones does well, matching up to the speed of Marcus Rashford. We need to get a goal back, guys. Now we need to get a goal back. This is just vintage counter-attacking football from United. That was a poor mix-up between Guardiola and Stefan Ortega, to be honest. Mateo Kovacic. We need to get one back before half time. Kyle Walker. The ref is just not giving us anything today. That is excellent defending there. Josko Guardiola, Bernardo Silva. I maybe think this game requires a Jeremy Doku. I think this game requires a Jeremy Doku just to inject that pace and stuff. Wouldn't be surprised if Doku comes in at halftime, the halftime break. This is excellent from Josko Guardiola. He's been superb apart from that one mix-up. And he defended that also very well. It's just that just a bit of a mix-up. The defenders of United are on it, to be honest. Bernardo Silva, Rodri, Nathan Ake. The one twos are just not on it today with the one twos and stuff. Rodri there, Kovacic. I think with by playing Kovacic, you're protecting your defense against the transitions, but then there's no bite in the attack, so it's going to be interesting what Pep does at halftime. But I just want us to get one back before halftime. That's straight into Onana. Weak shot from Bernardo Silva. Straight into Onana. That's offside. That's clearly offside. Garnacho was, yeah, that's clearly offside. This is counter-attacking football. I won't say it's best, but I don't know why they bought Ten Hag in if they had to just play this football. Maybe Ole Gunnar Solskjaer would be enough for that. This is excellent from City there, Rodri. Just not given to Bruyne, just not able to get that final ball right. United can now that they are a goal up, they can just play on the counter now. Garnacho gets onto it. This is looking dangerous, guys. And Rashford scores. I think it's Kobe Maino who scores, and it's bloody 2-0. This final is not going up to the plan. It's 2-0. This final is not going up to the plan. It's bloody 2-0. Kobe Maino scores. I think it's Walker who is not picking up Kobe Maino there. Well, the thing is, Coventry City were 3-0 down and they came back to 3-3 and almost won the game. So, That's a throw in for City. Can we get one back before the break? That is the thing. Ah, that was close. Goal kick. City just not on it. De Bruyne just not on it. What Pep Guardiola says at halftime. Interesting. Camden says can't let Bruno have that much space to make that pass. Can't underestimate his abilities. I just think he needs to bring on Doku and go for it. I don't know why they're not having a man on Bruno Fernandes. That's not how City play. But honestly, thank God this didn't happen in that West Ham game with Kudu sitting us on the break. That would have been an almighty disaster. But I'm just thinking we can still do it even though we're 2-0 down. Bernardo Silva. The final pass is just not happening today. Final pass is just not happening today. The players are not in coordination with each other. This is not a team that is unbeaten since December. This is Rodri's streak on the line. Kyle Walker, Kevin De Bruyne. Where is Phil Foden? Phil Foden has just been anonymous. I mean, going 1-0 down is okay because we were 1-0 down in the Premier League match as well in March or April, and then we came back 2-1, 3-1. Has been in half of football that Arsenal fans are sitting there and wondering why has it not come in a title race? Why has it not come in a Premier League match? Why is it coming now? That is the question Arsenal fans will ask. That's a foul and by Kobe Mainu and this has to be a yellow card. This has to be a yellow card. I'm just wondering, can we get one back before the break? It's 2 minutes of added time. One of the worst free kicks I've seen. There's no coordination at all. And just to go back to Candinia's question about Bruno Fernandes getting too much space, the legs have clearly gone, Candinia. This is a game after a week after you won your fourth title and stuff, so the legs have clearly gone. You can't ask your players to have that intensity that you had during the run. In a title running just takes so much from you. And whereas Bruno Fernandes was not there in the last 1 or 2 weeks due to injury, Rashford was not there. United players obviously are fresher because they played for much, they played for very little in the last 2 3 weeks, and City played for just too much in the last 2 3 weeks. The legs have clearly, the sharpness is just not there. And like Gautam said, party too hard as well. It it's a fourth in a row, unprecedented. Pep Guardiola is still with the referees asking him something. Gautam says Stones in place of Diaz was not needed. Had to give some game time, Gautam, to Stones, and Diaz played each of those matches in the title run-in, right? Maybe he wanted someone fresher. Diaz and instead of Diaz and Akanji, Stones and Ake. Clearly, the sharpness and intensity is just not there. Yeah, party too hard and a lot of things, lot of things. Bayaji says Guardiola exposed KDB totally off and Foden anonymous. Everybody is off, Bayaji. Jack Grealish. I think we need to bring in Jack Grealish now. I even wonder, is Jack Grealish sober? I don't know. I don't know. I still do not think Jack Grealish is sober, to be honest. Guardiola, I think Bayaji was okay. Guardiola was okay. That is the thing, when Foden today was much more, he was playing a little bit more deeper, and so when Josko Guardiola was getting the ball, it was easy for their fullback, for Aaron Van Bissaka to just cover him. So there were no options. I just think the answer to all of these is Jeremy Doku. I think if Jeremy Doku comes in, it will be something else. But honestly, it's just that when we lose the ball, the pressing is just not there. The legs have clearly gone. Bayaji says there was no intent from the go. Exactly. There was no pressing intensity. There was no, generally when City lose the ball, we just press so high, the energy to cover. And Bruno Fernandes did not get any space in the last two Manchester derbies in the Premier League. And here is just getting all kinds of space. We face these kind of defenses day in and day out, sitting back and hitting on the break. This is not some tactically superb football from Eric Ten Hag. This is a kind of football from Ten Hag who knows he is gonna be sacked. We face this style day, week in and week out, so it's not something that is new. But it's just that KDB was his passes were so off. He just got into so many good positions. KDB on form, and this is already 3-0 before United scored their two goals. Bayaji says shameful performance. It's a performance. Bayaji, honestly, it seems like a performance that comes after you have partied very hard, after you have like won the fourth Premier League, and it's almost that players have just let the hair down a week too early. That's the thing, and also I think Bayaji, we need to we need to measure the effort as well, which both the teams put in the last 3 4 weeks of the title race. City had to pretty much win every game, every game. That intensity, and Manchester United sort of in the last 3 4 game in their last 3 4 game weeks they did nothing. Their main players just sat out, injury, this thing, that thing, and also. So just think they are much more fresher and yeah, but the only thing is if Coventry City can come back from 3-0 down to 3-3, so can we. And we are Manchester City, one of the best teams in world football, the best team in world football at this point of time. So we can definitely come back. It's just a direct reflection of the fact that the players are not on it. That's the only thing. Don't know what Pep will say at halftime and drive them. For me, it's not footballing reasons that we're losing. We're losing due to lack of concentration, due to what happened in the last week. That's the only thing. Because this is something that Pep, it's not something that Pep would not have predicted, right? Everyone knew that the only way United could do something was sit back, hit on the break, sit back, hit on the break. So Pep knew everything. He played Kovacic there. The first goal was a misunderstanding. I mean, when you have a defender engaging with an attacker, I think the goalkeeper generally doesn't come. And if the goalkeeper comes, he just needs to get the ball and clean out everyone. I just think if Guardiola didn't get that header back, Ortega does something and he saves the goal. If Ortega was back, Guardiola defends it back to Stefan Ortega. And he deals with Garnacho. I think Ortega made a wrong decision there. But then Ederson made a wrong decision against Liverpool by giving up away that penalty as well. So keepers, that happens with keepers. The second goal is where I'm a bit angry, to be honest, because the second goal was where you gave a lot of space for Bruno Fernandes to find Kobe Mainu. No one was tracking from midfield. And again, I think Pep is playing Foden a bit deeper. I don't know why is this. If Pep plays Foden like he had played in the last 4-5 game weeks in the title run in last 2 months in the title run in, I think City will be acing this game. If Foden gets into positions like he had got against West Ham, I think City would be acing this game. He can find the top bins easily. They're showing the replay of that half, and I just cannot see it. And that was their approach from the get go as well. Don't know what Pep will be telling them at halftime. They're showing that goal. That's the thing. That's the thing. I think if Guardiola doesn't make the challenge or take a saves, doesn't give that header or take a saves it or take a punches it away because the ball bounced so awkwardly. Bayaji says City didn't even look like scoring. YG even during the run in KDB was off, to be honest. And the second goal is where I'm angry. The first goal can happen. The first goal can absolutely happen. That is football. But the second goal is where I'm angry. You just like Kaulinia mentioned earlier as well. You just cannot give Bruno Fernandes. See, Bruno Fernandes is free at the edge of the box. What is Kovacic doing? Why is not a defender going to him? A midfielder should be picking him up. Why is Kovacic not picking Bruno Fernandes up? That is the mistake. Gautam says all great things come to an end. It was great till it lasted. Streak. And the streak won us the titles as well, Gautam. It won us the fourth Premier League title in a row. The streak won us the treble. The streak won us the fourth Premier League title in a row. The streak has won us most many records. The only record left is the Invincibles. But yeah, Bayaj, it's a very valid point. We never look like scoring, to be honest. And KDB, honestly, as I was telling, in the last 1 month of the run in as well, KDB was off it. When was KDB like on it? To be honest, KDB was not having his good games. It was Phil Foden who was bailing us out. I mean, KDB had a very good moment against Newcastle, and he had certain good moments, but KDB was off it from the last 1 2 months as well. I don't know how many people just realized it, but since it was KDB, he turned up in moments like Crystal Palace were 1-0 down. KDB hit that fantastic goal, which was impossible generally. I still don't know how it went into the goal. He hit 2 goals and he provided 2 assists or stuff. So there were moments where City were down, KDB turned up, but in general, KDB was very inconsistent after returning from injury. He changed the matches based on moments. He was responsible for us winning the title. Ortega had moments, KDB had moments, but in a way it was Phil Foden who was driving us throughout this title race. We won this title because of Phil Foden. Did everything. I mean, if Foden wasn't there in that squad, I doubt even if he could have got past West Ham. To be honest. So Phil Foden was the one who was doing everything. And today another thing is zero long shots. I don't know why we didn't take a single long shot. When Guardiola is an excellent long shot scoring form, Rodri has scored from a long shot only in his previous game, and we know what Rodri can do from range. Phil Foden has been sticking it up into top bins from long range consistently. Kevin De Bruyne is generally good from long range. Not a single long shot. Phil Foden has scored 6 shots from outside the box in this campaign in the Premier League. He scored at the Bernabeu with a long shot. Guardiola has scored 1 or 2 goals with the long shots, 3 goals with the long shots in this campaign. Don't know why we had not scored a single long shot. Never understood that, to be honest. Countaigne says 8,932 minutes played by Rodri in last 2 seasons in all competitions, including World Cup. To put it in perspective, it's more than 99 full matches. Wow, wow, what a stat! What a stat! Coutinho is almost played us. Is almost played a century of matches, and the guy has not suffered a single injury. Zero injuries. Wow, wow! Just to put it in perspective, 8,932 minutes. Wow. Coutinho says, and now the Euros coming up, and also Coutinho to make it worse. The Champions League has an extended format after the Euros as well. After the Euros, there's 1 or 2 weeks rest. I think there's 1 week rest depending on how far Spain will generally go into semi-finals. If you assume there's just 1 week of rest, and then you have the Premier League starting, and then the Champions League has an extended format, so it's 3 more extra matches, at least in the group stage. 3 or 4 more matches in the group stage. So the and then there are international breaks in between where coaches. I think there is. I think players are now playing more than what a corporate employee works. That's how it is happening. This could be the beginning of the corporatization of football. That is what is happening. Sport Freak is here. He says, "ये हे प्रभु ये क्या हुआ? By the way, Bruno is on fire. अरे रुक यार, second half बाकी है. Last year गुंडो, second half बाकी है. But to put it into perspective, Anurag, the players just don't look. I mean, they care for this trophy. This trophy is important. I'm not going to sit here and say that this trophy is not important. We have won the Premier League. No, but it's just that the legs have gone, Anurag. The legs have clearly gone. The legs have clearly gone. I mean, the second goal, Bruno Fernandes is free. I have never seen a midfielder having that much space in generally any of City's Premier League games. I've never seen a midfielder having that much space. Kovacic or Foden or Kane, someone is on him. So that second goal that Bruno passed, like Coutinho pointed out, it just tells me that the legs are not there. To be honest. for Rodri, for KDB, for City's players. Just shows you how much that title race has taken out from you, to be honest. Cherik says, believe in Julian Alvarez, believe in the spirit of Coventry City. That's what I would say. What they did against United, 3-0 down and come back. But honestly, at this point, I'm just thinking, where is where is the drive gonna come from? That you have to put that extra yard in, especially after what happened last weekend, the celebrations and stuff, and also that intensity and this thing, because during the entire title race, you had a focus. City had a focus, match after match after match. City knew they had to win. Wow, substitutions have happened. Jeremy Doku comes in, Manuel Akanji comes in. Bayaji says, get the first goal early on and then only we can hope. That is true, Bayaji. Bayaji says, Doku and Akanji on. Kovacic is off and Stones is off, I think, right? Who is Akanji on for? Because I haven't seen that. I think Akanji is on for Natanake. Bayaji says Stones wasn't needed from the start, who hadn't started in the last 6 games. It's just game time, Bayaji, game time. There are rumors of, Company wanting Stones. Stones might go to Bayern Munich, to be honest. So this transfer window is going to be very interesting. I think Stones right now, to be honest, is fourth in the pecking order. For me, it's Manuel Akanji number one, Nathanake, Ruben Diaz, Nathanake 2 and 3, which it's very close. And then John Stones is number four, you could say, if I consider Guardiola and Walker are both fullbacks and are not competing for the centre back berths. Diego Dalot just takes the ball and then Kyle Walker does extremely well. Sport Riches, it's Alvarez 87 89, an Aguero moment. How about an Aguero moment by Julian Alvarez? That would just be fantastic. Sport Riches really spoiling everyone, party all night. Party all night तो तुमने both कम बोल दिया. It's like party all day and all night. That is Jack Grealish philosophy. In Jeremy Doku is in, which is interesting. And Rodri tries to lob Onana. Don't know what Rodri is appealing for, to be honest. Need to get the next goal. The next goal will be very, very important. Not as much tense as last week. Last week was when West Ham was 2-1 half time. I was like, it was so difficult to watch. I mean, for what Ortega has done against Hongmin Son, that save, any mistake in this match is forgiven because the guy won us the title. Son 1v1, the title was almost gone. Anurag says, I believe in Onana, City will win, wait. पहले shot तो मारे. First, let us test Onana. Then I think Onana will have a chance to make a mistake. Look at that Bernardo Silva. When is that you've seen Bernardo Silva misplace a bloody pass? This is just not happening. Anurag says, for the first time, if City lose the match, Chelsea fans will cry. First by today, Foden greater than Messi plus Diago. That is true. Chelsea will lose their European spot, right? If and United will get into Europa League and Chelsea will get into Conference League. I think Newcastle will lose the European spot. Chelsea will get into Conference League. The ref is just not giving anything. City just need to be patient here. That's the thing. That is very well defended there by John Stones. Ah! You're not able to keep the ball as well. I'll just have a bit of water and come. Sportbrick says all eyes on me, Bruno. Jeremy Doku intercepts it. Could it be a chance of a counter attack? Ah, bloody Doku loses it to Kobe Mainu and 50 minutes gone and how many attempts have we had on Onana's goal? I don't know. Doku does extremely well over there. We have not tested Onana enough to be honest. One or two shots in the first half. That 2 week shots, that's all. Jeremy Doku there driving at the United fullback. City are in a shape, they know, having the ball now. Akanji does just brilliantly, shielding the ball from the attackers. Anurag says Van Bissaka ka pass to Garnacho. How can this team score 2 goals against City? How can Lookman score hat-trick against Bayer Leverkusen? I think Royce will win UCL in that way. Miracle, miracle. but like you, I mean, it would be great if Royce wins that UCL. To be honest, I think if there'll be no neutral fans in that match, there'll be the Madrid fans or there will be Dortmund fans. I think there'll be zero neutral fans in that match. Everyone wants Royce to win it. Garnacho, Akanji, Jeremy Doku. City are absolutely struggling to do anything here. Just let us just hope for a miracle. To be honest, well, that's not a penalty there. That's never a penalty there. Even Garnacho was not appealing for it. As a penalty nahi hai, but let us honestly hope for a miracle. Jeremy Doku. Phil Foden misplacing a pass. क्या पिला रखा है जैक ग्रीलिश ने इन लोगों को ah, great pass by Doku. That was a chance for Foden. Foden chance था. You can score that. Anurag says United today saving their respect. Royce will save the world from Real Madrid. That is true. That is true. Let us hope. I think all in all, Anurag, this match is a big blow for Chelsea to be honest, more than anyone. Phil Ford and Jeremy Doku. Jeremy, shoot! Ah! सिटी का दिन नहीं है यार आज हालैंड का हिट द बार एंड केम आउट आज दिन ही नहीं है यार क्या ये व्हाट इज दिस हालैंड हिटिंग द बार फ्रॉम दैट रेंज ये क्या है what the hell is this guys Haaland hitting the bar from that range I thought that was certain goal that's a corner for City what a chance for Erling Haaland that was anyway we are stupid in corners right now Kyle Walker Phil Foden Oscar Guardiola, Kevin De Bruyne. Look at what KDB is doing. KDB is just off it. It's just not happening for KDB. When have you seen KDB misplace so many crosses? Gautam says not just our day. That is easily 1-0 Gautam any time of the day. Erling Haaland. Hit the bar. If that goes in the game zone, Julian Alvarez comes in and KDB is off. One of the worst performances of KDB seen in his entire City career, I would say. Not a single cross on target. One of the worst performances of KDB Gotham. That's a corner for City. I don't know how he's given a goal kick. That's a clear corner for City. We need to score in the next 10 minutes. To score a first goal in the next 10 minutes. Jeremy Doku with the ball. Rodri there. Rodri. This game is now going end to end. I think we need to believe we can score. If Chelsea can you seen United Chelsea match, Chelsea was 2-0 up, United made it 2-2, then Chelsea won the match 4-2. Chelsea could score two goals in extra time, I mean in the injury time of 4-5 minutes. We can do it as well. We have plenty of time. What a save from Onana that is. What a save from Onana that is. And what a shot from Kyle Walker. Wow. On any other day, this match is 2-2 by now. What a save by Onana that was. And that's a corner for City again. City are just giving it their all now. Ah! On another day that goes in. That is such a great shooting angle for Julian Alvarez. 30 more minutes, guys. 30 more minutes. Can we get 2 goals? That is the question. Pep has brought in all his attackers. Alvarez, Doku, everyone. Pep has just thrown the dice now. That was a great strike from Kyle Walker, to be honest. Just swirling all the way. Like Gautam said, just not our day until now. Bernardo Silva, Edison. Gautam says, I hope they get my bliss. Let us hope for the attacking bliss, Gautam. But honestly, after they won the fourth title, I think I don't want to be too hard on the team as well because it was such an incredible run to win it. But yeah, you're right, Gautam. Some magic moment, and the Kyle Walker long shot was the magic moment for me. Nothing's happening today. KDB out of form. Foden, I don't know why Foden's just so anonymous. Foden's not taking any shots. Don't know. I think the magic has to come from Phil Foden. Top bins. Rodri with the ball. Anurag says Onana saving shots. It's just one of those days. It's just one of those days. What a ball from Phil Foden. Alvarez! Wow! Alvarez had to score over there. What a chance. Alvarez had to score over there. What a ball that was from Phil Foden. क्या हो रहा यार? Alvarez को score करना था उधर. वाह! What a ball from Phil Foden. That was Alvarez had to score that. Ah! हालैंड का वो शॉट जो जो बार को लगा अभी अल्वारेस हैड टू स्कोर दिस काइल वॉकर ओनाना से 3-2 City already would have made a comeback in the 64 minutes. United living on the edge here. Oh, City had to score that. And the ref is not giving anything. Haaland just bundle Varane to the bloody ground. I think if one comes, guys, if one comes, two will come. I think we need to believe here. This is a team that was 2-0 down against Aston Villa 2 years back. Liverpool were on the cusp of winning the title race 3-2 in the space of 7 minutes. Pep knows we can do it. It's just that we need to get the shooting boots on. That's the thing. And Anurag says, Dalo long range and mar raha hai. Walker and Van Bissaka says, pata nahi. Pata nahi yaar. I mean, I don't know why it's just not. I don't know why Foden's not trying. Foden is one of the best. Foden has one of the best long range shots in the game. उसने 6 मारा from outside the box in this Premier League season. Stones ने छक्का मारा. And Hoyland is coming for United as well. My worry is not that. My worry is we're not able to score. Gautam says City and last minute drama insufferable. Gautam, I'm very grateful that the last minute drama did not come against West Ham. Just imagine if that Soucek handball goal was not a handball goal and it just went in. 3-2, you would be hanging on. Whatever might happen in this match, glad it didn't happen there. Last minute drama then. Excellent save by Stefan Ortega. It's a corner for United. United fans jumping up and down for an FA Cup. This is just role reversal, Anurag says for that they should have converted it in 64th minute. क्या बोले chances तो आए थे इस half में. It's just that we could not convert it. Haaland hitting the bar. Anurag says Ortega hit Son greater than Casillas. Robinson 1v1. Anurag is You rarely see him miss. Son is one of the best players and going through 1v1 on goal. He's better than even Haaland and those kind of strikers 1v1 on goal. And I mean, when he was going 1v1, I was like, that's the title. That's the title gone then and there. And Ortega ने कैसे किया वो save, I just don't know. Nothing's working out for City here. It's almost 70 minutes on the clock. Nothing's happening. Van Bissaka is just intercepting everything, and that ball should have been ahead of Doku. I don't know why it was in the path of Van Bissaka, to be honest. Walker does extremely well. Rashford and Walker, there's been only one winner today, and it's Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker has been superb. Problem is Doku को Bissaka block कर रहा है. That is true. That is true. Anurag, I think Walker needs to overlap for that. Ah, that's a corner. Jeremy Doku had a chance. Ah, Rafael Varane is down. ये cramp है. I think Johnny Evans is gonna come on now. Rafael Varane is down. Is it Varane who's down? I think yes, Varane's down. ये पता नहीं कैसे होता है पर रियल मैड्रिड हमेशा कचड़ा लेके यूनाइटेड को बेच देता है. Casemiro, Madrid sell him to United for a good fee. Varane, Madrid sell him to United for a good fee. Neither of them can stay fit. Johnny Evans is coming on. Baya just says, I've given up since Haaland hit the bar, and what about that thing, Bayaji, when Julian Alvarez missed? Julian Alvarez's chance was easier, to be honest. And don't know what they're fighting about. Please smash, Kyle, please smash the nose of Bruno Fernandes. Don't care even if you're banned. Just can't stand him. Bruno Fernandes. Bayajis' worst United team in decades, and City have made them look like Madrid. Just not our day, Bayaj. On another day, the shot from Walker goes in. At least Haaland's chance goes in, and Alvarez hits it inside. And what about Kevin De Bruyne, Bayaji? Kevin De Bruyne was it is one of the worst performances I've seen from him since in his entire City career. What about the performance of Kevin De Bruyne? One of the worst performances. Phil Foden with the corner. 73rd minute already. We need to convert. Johnny Evans is in. Bayer just says City too casual in the first half. All these efforts were needed at the start. Let us convert from this corner, guys. That's a penalty on Haaland. That is a clear penalty on Haaland. But the referee will not give it. That is a penalty on Haaland. I mean, Kobe Mainu throws Haaland to the ground. Why is it not a penalty? Kobe Mainu throws Haaland to the ground. Now what I want Haaland to do is catch Garnacho and just push him to the ground. Then we'll then we'll see what the referee does. This ref is an idiot. But that was a penalty, Anura. That was a clear penalty. How can you throw someone in the box like that? One goal, guys. Get one, and it will be a barnstorming finish. Haaland could not react faster. It is offside anyway. Anurag says again Onana. Don't know what's happened to Onana today. He's making save after save after save. It's a City throw in. Bruno Fernandes is down. Rodri with a switch to Doku. ये तो बहुत predictable हो गया यार. And Wan Bissaka intercepts it right now. It's a free kick to City. Anurag says KDB in semi-finals. Fire. KDB in finals. I mean semi-finals. Semi-finals B. It is not a good performance against Chelsea, to be honest. It is not a good performance against Chelsea in the semi-finals. वो निकोलस जैक्सन को फिनिश करना नहीं आता. Otherwise we should have lost 2-0, 3-0. Because we were tired and exhausted for that semi-finals thing. Gautam says Onana has never won against City. Hope we convert from this free kick, Gautam. Hope we convert from this free kick. This is Phil Foden and Julian Alvarez. I think I would give a chance to Phil Foden. Guys, take the free kick fast. Time is just running out. Anurag says problem with Doku is Doku stays with the ball a lot. But that's also because he is the one who provides the width. There's no one overlapping. City's fullbacks go inside, so I think that's the reason Doku has to stay with the ball. That's why when Grealish does the same when he plays there. One of the worst free kicks there from Phil Foden. Van Bissaka intercepting. Phil Foden has had one of the worst games. KDB worst game. Phil Foden worst game. If that is a free kick, why is the foul on Haaland not a penalty? Coutinho says Doku should go to left. Van Bissaka is good 1v1 and Dallo is the weakest 1v1. Ah, I mean, I think Coutinho means Doku should go to right. But I think it's difficult to cut inside if Doku is playing on the right. Pep wants him to run at defenders, I think. But yeah, you're right. Van Bissaka is very good 1v1. But Haaland hitting the bar and Alvarez missing a 1v1 was the game, you ask me. Again, a chance there. Yeah, like you said, Doku has switched now. Doku has switched now. It's a corner for City. Doku has switched now. Phil Foden with the corner. For God's sake, take a good corner for once. Onana doing Onana things over there. And Garnacho is down. That is what happens when you tussle with Kyle Walker. Garnacho's down. Sport Freaks is Madrid is equal to United today. Can there be some last day drama? United fans have already started celebrating, but can there be some last day drama? That is what I ask. Bruno Fernandes with the long free kick. It's a, it's a City goal kick. 83 minutes gone, and you might think the game is done, but it's not till the end because this is City who are playing QPR. We were 2-1 down, needed to score two goals in the last 4 minutes. We did it. We have a history of late drama and scoring late goals, but I don't. That is one of the worst through balls I've seen. Yes, Anurag, you're right. Ferguson looking at the clock. He's like, एक बार कुछ ना कुछ ट्रॉफी तो दिखा दे मुझे. Gautam says, well, I've said it before as well. For me, four-peat mattered the most, and we achieved it. That's that. Winning the cup would have been a cherry on the cake. Exactly, Gautam. Four-peat was what mattered this season, and I think this season, after winning the treble last season, even if the team finished third this season and did nothing as well, we would be satisfied. Then they went on and did the difficult thing, staying in the title race, won the Club World Cup, won the four-peat, the first team ever to win the four-peat in English history. Probably, I mean, we will go down as the greatest team ever to have played in the Premier League. I mean, England's best. So yeah, that's what mattered. You're right. अनुराग says, मोहन यार दुखी मत हो. कोमैन ने भी बारसा को कोपा डेल रे जिताया. We sacked him. You won the league और वो भी चार बार. अनुराग चार बार four-peat. और अभी क्या होने वाला है पता है अनुराग? टेन हैग सैक होने वाला है. इट्स ऑल ओवर द न्यूज़पेपर्स दैट टेन हैग इज ऑलरेडी सैक्ड irrespective of the result of this game. टेन हैग का सैकिंग होने वाला है, आई थिंक, आफ्टर दिस गेम. Just like you mentioned, Koeman when the top Copa del Rey sacked. I think that's what might happen to Ten Hag. This might be Ten Hag's last game, to be honest. And he's won them two FA Cups, I think. No, one Carabao Cup and one FA Cup. I mean, he's not won them potentially, but seems like it. Bernardo Silva, Julian Alvarez. And Jeremy Doku scores! Is there a lifeline? Is there a lifeline, guys? Jeremy Doku scores! 4 minutes plus 3 minutes of added time. Jeremy Doku scores! क्या शॉट है जेरेमी डोकू का? 4 minutes plus 3 minutes of added time. 4 minutes plus 3 minutes of added time. At least could we do something? 7 minutes. Last day drama. Kadam, last day drama. Could it be there? Could the last day drama be there? What a shot by Jeremy Doku. What a strike by Jeremy Doku. Wow. Wow. Kya shot hai. Wow. Andre Onana finally pushing something into the net. It was kind of savable, I would say, but Andre Onana pushed it into the net. एक और goal. Come on, guys. Come on. Can we do it? Can we do it? Can we do it, guys? एक और. One more. One magic moment. 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes of added time. Sorry, 3 minutes of normal time. Can we do it? One back. Can we get the second back? Almost. It didn't reach Erling Haaland. They're almost. Ekor, come on. 2 more minutes remaining. 2 more minutes, guys. Come on, guys. एक और चांस. बस एक और चांस. एक ही चांस. एक और. Can Phil Foden find the top pins? Rodri's streak is on the line. Ah, heavy touch from Alvarez. Walker back to Ortega. Ah, 1 more minute of normal time. I hope the referee gives at least 6 minutes of extra time. Jeremy Doku against Aaron Van Bissaka. शॉट क्यों लिया यार अकेंजी. शॉट क्यों लिया यार. He should not have taken the shot from there. Manuel Akanji. Anurag says, by that Alvarez में shit trap man trap और वो हालैंड का बार. अनुराग तुम कितने बार देखते हो हालैंड जब वो पोजीशन में आता है तो कितने बार मार देता है वो शॉट. 9.9 out of 10 times he hits that. एग्जैक्टली अकेंजी को नहीं लेना था यार वो शॉट. इतना अच्छा बिल्डअप कर रहे थे. 7 minutes of added time. 7 मिनट है. 7 मिनट क्या कुछ कर सकते हैं 7 मिनट में. 7 minutes. 7 minutes by weight. Exactly 7 minutes. 7 मिनट है फिर भी 7 मिनट. 7 मिनट है. एक गोल 7 मिनट में एक गोल. एस्टन विला के साथ हमने 2 सीजन्स बैक 5 मिनट में 3 गोल मारे थे. अभी एक ही गोल चाहिए टू टेक इट इनटू एक्स्ट्रा टाइम. 7 मिनट यार. दैट्स अ कॉर्नर फॉर सिटी. ये तो कॉर्नर है. कम ऑन. एक कॉर्नर तो अच्छे से ले हुलियन अल्वारेज. कम ऑन फास्ट. हिट द कॉर्नर फास्ट. अल्वारेज मार. वेस्ट मत कर कॉर्नर को. इतना बकवास कॉर्नर. शिट. शॉट ही ले लेता कॉर्नर. ओनाना के हाथ में क्यों मारेगा. व्हाई डू यू वांट टू हिट इट इन ओनाना's हैंड्स. शॉर्ट कॉर्नर ही ले लेता यार और फिर क्रॉस डालता अंदर. 2 मिनट हो गए एक्स्ट्रा टाइम के. इट्स अ सिटी थ्रो. कैन देयर बी लास्ट मिनट ड्रामा. Pep giving last minute instructions to Kyle Walker. Anurag says Mount the Dembele of Chelsea and the snake of Chelsea is coming. अभी गर्नाचो को भी निकाल दिया. इफ स्कोर गर्नाचो को निकाल दिया. रैशवर्ड भी नहीं है. अनुराग अगर हम इक्वलाइजर स्कोर करते हैं यहाँ तो बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग होने वाला है एक्स्ट्रा टाइम. क्योंकि यूनाइटेड का पेस नहीं है अभी. हाईलैंड होल्डिंग अप द बॉल. टाइम वेस्ट हो रहा है यार. Stefan, 3 minute ही है. One chance. We're not able to even create one chance in the 7 minutes. Start time. एक chance यार, एक chance. बस एक ही chance. He has removed Garnacho as well, and that is a gamble by Ten Hag here. अगर हम स्कोर कर लेते इक्वलाइजर तो क्या, इक्वलाइजर स्कोर करना है बस, एक और गोल, कम ऑन. Bernardo Silva, Manuel Akanji. 2 more minutes, that's all. एक डंक का चांस क्रिएट करो यार, वन चांस, दैट्स ऑल. जॉन स्टोन्स has been very useless. अनुराग से सिल्वा क्या कर रहा है यार, पता नहीं यार क्या कर रहे हैं. एक एक फाइनल अपॉर्चुनिटी मिलेगा क्या, आई डोंट नो. पर वो अल्वारेज का मिस, हालन का पोस्ट, दैट वाज द गेम टू बी ऑनेस्ट. दैट वाज द गेम टू बी ऑनेस्ट. Jeremy Doku, can he do some magic? Last few seconds remaining, that's all. Ah, भी रेफरी ने येलो कार्ड दिया. आई थिंक it's a yellow card offense. Ah, foul by Julian Alvarez. Maybe that is that. Got some hope from the Doku goal, but and the referee blows the whistle. Anurag says, "Do you need Lautaro Martinez type of striker?" Alvarez is generally very good. It was not just our day, Anurag. It was not just our day. Just accept it. It was not just our day. It was not just our day. That's the thing. It was not just our day. Otherwise, Haaland hits the post. He scores that. But anyway, this is the last match of the season, and very much satisfied with the season. We had a brilliant season. We have done the four-peat. We go down as the best team ever play in England because no team has done four in a row. So it means have to go down as the best team in England. So honestly, can't complain about the season, especially after winning the treble. Countaineer says it's been a while since one guy has turned the game around single-handedly. Every attack, every second pass is going to Doku, and and Coutinho too were marking him. I don't think anyone has played Aaron Wan-Bissaka as well as Jeremy Doku, because Wan-Bissaka, as you said, is very good in 1v1s. Jeremy Doku is, for me, I've always thought Jeremy Doku's ceiling is higher than the ceiling of Vinicius Junior. Not now. It's the ceiling, but he'll get there. 2 3 seasons down the line, he's already improved this season. But 2 3 seasons down the line, you see Jeremy Doku up there. His potential, his ceiling is just immense. He can turn the match on his own. And honestly, I think if Haaland scores that chance, if Julian Alvarez, scores that chance, they were not difficult chances, they were easy chances. At least one of those chances go in, I think we were talking about a different result. It just wasn't happening today. And like Bayaji mentioned, in the first half we were too casual. In the first half, I think Pep maybe should have started with Jeremy Doku in hindsight. He went too defensive in starting Kovacic. But then, the team that Pep put out today, Kovacic, Rodri, De Bruyne, and all of that stuff, I think that midfield and that attack won you the league. So I think I cannot sit here and say Pep has done a mistake, but Jeremy Doku played really well. It wasn't to be for City today. That's the only thing I would say. It just wasn't to be for City, and very satisfied with the season after winning the treble. To be honest, yes, we were thrashed today. But if there was maybe an off game that was allowed, maybe this is the one. Though strange it seems like a cup final, but this is the one. And honestly, I think we should have been knocked out by Chelsea. Honestly, in the semi final, Nicholas Jackson missed some chances. So, but yeah, this was the off game, and glad we didn't have an off game like this in the title race. Counting says it's been some match by him. It's been one of the best individual performances I've seen by someone in a City shirt after a long time. Yes, there have been performances by De Bruyne, Haaland, but this is a different kind of a performance. It's just taken that pass, taken on 2 or 3 players. Doku is just amazing. Bayaji says everyone thrashed except Doku. In injury time, instead of crossing, they were still trying to wall the ball in net. They were trying to walk the ball in net. And the set pieces as well, Bayaji. The set pieces, I don't know. Alvarez hits set piece straight into the hands of Onana. I'll never understand that. We just need to work on set pieces a lot. Vinay says, real shame. I said it early season. Our pressing is no more a thing. I mean, when I think I would not go that far into saying a real shame, because after winning the treble, honestly, if all of us ask what do you wanted this season to be, what did United do after winning the treble 99? Their entire next season was a write off. What did Barcelona do after winning the treble next season? What did Bayern do the next season after winning the treble? Probably they won the Bundesliga, that is easy, but they were out of the cup early on and stuff. I mean, so after winning the treble, that too in the Premier League, this season, even if we, came third, qualified for the Champions League, just enjoyed ourselves, a bit dropped off, no one would have complained. But we went far in the Champions League. We just missed out by a whisker. Bernardo Silva thinking the keeper goes another way and hitting the penalty straight into his hands. We missed out of the Champions League finals just because of a Kevin De Bruyne simple miss. We went and won the four-peat, competed against Arsenal, got 92 points, 91 points, which is great. That too after treble winning season. So I would not say that it's a real shame or something. We have had a fantastic season after winning that treble. No one would have even blinked an eye if we didn't do anything this season, because a treble is like you're in utopia. You need at least one season to come down to that, and Pep has managed to get this from this group of players. He's managed to win us the four-peat, I think. So I would not take this FA Cup defeat. It's a chance of celebration for United fans. I accept that they must celebrate, but I won't. As far as City season is concerned, allow I won't allow myself to judge this team based on this cup final performance, to be honest. Bayati says all that hard work in semi-finals went to waste because players weren't at it. I see the things a bit differently, Bayati. That semi-final victory was essential to drive us on in the league. irrespective what happened in the final, because the final would anyway have happened after the league, because we were defeated by, I mean, we lost to Madrid on penalties. If we had lost to Chelsea and gone out of the cup, mentally the players would have been done there. So I think winning against Chelsea, however we won in that FA Cup semi-final, it roused the belief in players. Players believed, yes, we could go all the way, because you look at the stretch of games that City had to win: Forest away, Fulham away, Wolves at home. I mean, the West Ham at home. I mean, all of these games in itself were difficult, to be honest. Fulham away, for example, Spurs away. So difficult that running, and that Chelsea semi-final win was essential for us to win the four-peat. Vinay says Haaland is useless. No pressing, not even finishing real chances. To be honest, Vinay, Haaland did not get any real chances right today. One chance and he finished it, hit it on the bar. The problem for Haaland is Kevin De Bruyne is out of form, and Erling Haaland was not getting any chances. That was the real problem for Erling Haaland. I mean, how many chances did we create for Erling Haaland today? Only one chance, and that too, he made it with his movement. Zero chances, if you ask me, created for Erling Haaland today. How many through balls did we give? How many times? I mean, one of the weakness of United's defense is ball across the box. How many balls across the box did we put today? None. Only Doku came and then he put the balls across the box. There's none. Bayaji says Coventry scored three while we somehow managed one. Again, Bayaji, the scenario and the situations are different, because Coventry, a team from the lower leagues, their motivations are different. Playing at Manchester United, that is, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. But City, the state we are in, treble, done a four-peat. I mean, you just imagine the kind of mentality you'll be in when you have like won the treble and won the four-peat. You have like achieved, achieved things that maybe another team in the Premier League will never achieve. This could go down as the best records in the Premier League, That you just imagine the mentality the players are in. They didn't give it their all in this match. Also, you have to accept that United lethal on the counters and stuff, but they didn't give it their all. And you have to see the background. If City didn't win the Premier League, if City wouldn't have not won the treble last season, then you just go in all on the players. But you just look at where the players are coming from, the state and the highs the players are coming from. So they were just off it, you could just see that United players were first to the ball before City, which is actually very rare that I've seen, to be honest. So I just don't know about it. Bayaji says without KDB or Foden, Haaland is a lamppost out there. Can't create his own chances. But isn't it with most of the strikers, Bayaji? Highland, for example, of Manchester United is much more agile and is very good on the ball, better than Haaland. But they say the same thing, that he's not been getting chances. So is it? So I think it's the same thing. Strikers need chances, to be honest, more than anything else. When I say Stones KDB are, sadly they lost their game. Exactly, Stones and KDB, they're just not on it. One of the worst games of both of them, I would say. When I say when Alvarez is missing chances, that was such a good chance. That was such a guilty chance for Julian Alvarez. I mean, how many times has not scored it? He scores that, and we at least take this to extra time, to be honest. Coutinho says, I know there were injuries, but KDB actually had a bad season. Is it probably the start of his decline? Maybe, Coutinho, maybe. It was one of the worst games I've seen KDB play, to be honest. Not one of the worst seasons, because what KDB did against Newcastle, KDB to Oscar Bob goal, that was what really turned the season around. And then KDB against Crystal Palace when we were 1-0 down was very, very good. So I mean, I think KDB had moments, but yeah, he was not consistent. He had moments, but he was not at all consistent this season. Maybe the start of decline. You just never know. Bayaji says KDB impacts up from next season. Has to be, Bayaji. Has to be. But since it's KDB, you just never know. He might have a great Euros, you know. You just never know the kind of injury as well. Maybe he's not fully fit. You just never know about KDB. But yeah, it will be interesting to see the form of KDB in Euros, to be honest. Vinay says Aurelio Pep changes his style next season. A slow approach gives opposition to regroup. It's interesting, Vinay, because he's got Doku, who I think will start a lot of games next season, and then we have got Savinho, which means who is another player on the wing, is almost like he's fast, is like Pedro Neto exactly. So I think Pep might go back to the Sunny and Sterling days, you know, with Erling Haaland up there. So Pep might account for a change next season. And I think we must remember we had a shitty transfer window this time. Doku is coming good right now. Guardiola came good in the last 3 4 months. We had a below average transfer window this season, so I think we must understand that, and still Pep somehow managed to win us the four-peat. Bayaji says, why not bring on Bob and Lewis? Let them have a go. What could go wrong? Exactly, Bayaji. I would have been very happy if in this match he started Oscar Bob, he started Rico Lewis, and and just gave it a go. I mean, if we started those youth players, no one would have cared even if we had lost. At least he had given the chance to youth players. But no, he had to. Rico Lewis is an interesting one. I don't know why he's not starting him. He's been excellent whenever he came on. Vinay says every time against big team we didn't look convincing. It's an interesting point, Vinay, that you have made because Arsenal have not lost a single game against the traditional Big Six. I mean, if you take Newcastle out of it, they have not lost a single game against the traditional top four, top five. But we have not won, except the Spurs game, we have not won a single game against the traditional top four. If I take United and Newcastle out of it. Liverpool, Aston Villa, and stuff, and Tottenham. So Arsenal have not lost a single game against this season's top four, and we have they lost to Aston Villa, I think, but yeah, there's some insane record of Arsenal. We have not looked good in the big games against Chelsea. Didn't win a single one against Villa. Lost one game against uh, Newcastle we won both. I mean, against Liverpool we didn't win anything. Against Arsenal we didn't win anything. So against the top teams, our record in the Premier League has been abysmal as well. We have won the league, and that is a miracle in itself, to be honest. Coutinho says, "Let's cut them some slack, guys. Treble season, FIFA World Cup, Club World Cup, a title fight until last day, and now, uh, and now Euros coming up. These players hardly got a break. Exactly. Continue. I mean, competing this season and winning the Premier League against by 91 points in itself is a big task. So very happy with the season. Very happy with the season. Very happy with the drive that this players possess despite the treble. So like Coutinho said, let us just cut them some slack. Just imagine how many minutes each of these players played. And we have to remember we had a below par transfer window, and honestly we can improve from here. There's no going down, we can only improve from here. Let's keep an eye on the transfer window and the transfer market as well. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot for joining me. I mean, let's take one last Kaundinya comment from Kaundinya. Kaundinya says, anyway, good season wrapped up by highlighting City's mistakes. This might actually help them stay ground and come back with motivation. Pep Guardiola secretly would be smiling at this, Kaundinya. Secretly, and he will not tell you, but secretly in person, he would be delighted with this result because next season he will be able to beat the players with this stick. He'll be able to drive them with this. He will be able to convince his board now. I want 100 million Bruno Guimaraes and they will get him. I want Jeremy Frimpong, they will get him. So I think Pep Guardiola will be secretly smiling more than you might think this result because otherwise, what will you motivate them by next season? That will be interesting. Counting says goodbye, Moon. Nice watch along. Looking forward to some transfer content from you. Exactly. Counting will come up with a lot of transfer content, and maybe if possible, we'll do some watch along for Euros as well. I support Belgium in Euros, so Doku will be there, De Bruyne will be there. So if possible, I'll do some watch alongs. for Belgium matches as well in the Euros. Anyway, see you guys and